This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, December 26th. This is John Pranay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. I hope everybody had a wonderful, Merry Christmas. Leading the news today, on Sunday afternoon around 5:30 p.m., a man was walking along the 200 block of Main Street in Annapolis, which is actually on the upper part of Main Street between sort of Chicken Roosts and the church. And he was approached by a group of 5 or 6 men who assaulted him, stole his money, and ran. Police department did not release any additional details on the suspects, who are still at large. Kind of a scary situation for the middle of the day and what should have been one of the most busy shopping days of the year. One inmate was hospitalized after a fire broke out at the Maryland Correctional Institute for Women in Jessup on Sunday. The fire was found in one cell Sunday night and extinguished, and according to the Anne Arundel County Fire Department, 3 people were evaluated and 1 was taken to the hospital with injuries that were not life-threatening. The Office of the State Fire Marshal is investigating this, and it is expected that an inmate will be charged with arson. Next fall, when Maryland students head to class, they're not going to be facing the PARCC exams, which have been a thorn in the side of parents and teachers for several years. But they still will have to be ready for a state-mandated testing. The Maryland Board of Public Works voted 2-1 to spend $36 million to develop new tests for students in 3rd through 11th grades. Now, the board is made up of Governor Larry Hogan, Treasurer Nancy Kopp, and Comptroller Peter Francho. Francho opposed the vote, saying that he felt SATs should replace the PARCC exams at the high school level. There was some agreement on that, but as Hogan pointed out, without having any type of standardized testing to measure performance, the state could lose out on $300 million in federal funds. The new exams will be designed to take half the time of the PARCC exams and would cost 13% less than the current tests. Just a real brief update on the federal government shutdown. It is still shut down. At this point, it looks like it may be shut down through the new year. Over the holiday, when asked when the government could possibly reopen, President Trump said, "I can't tell you when the government's going to be open. I can tell you it's not going to be open until we have a wall or a fence, whatever they'd like to call it." Trump did exclude federal employees from work on Monday and Christmas, which is a federal holiday, meaning that we, the public, could begin feeling the impact of the shutdown today. Currently, there are some 800,000 federal workers. They are either working without pay or being sent home, waiting to be paid a little bit later. Now that Christmas and Hanukkah are all over, you probably have some gifts that you may want to return. Look at where they came from, because the stores all have varying return policies, and you probably want to just keep this in mind. Nordstrom has a great return policy. You can return at any time. Macy's is also very strong with 180 days to make a return. And Zappos, the online shoe store, which is owned by Amazon, actually has a year-long policy as well. Amazon, by contrast, only has a 30-day policy. Now, Amazon's got wonderful customer service, but their return policy not quite so good. 2 of the worst ones in the area are Walmart and Best Buy, and it really depends on what the product was that was purchased, whether you have a 7-day return window or a 30-day return window, and there is an awful lot of fine print and hoops to jump through for there. So if you're looking to return a gift, just make sure you know what you're dealing with. Good news for the Baltimore Ravens. A win Sunday assures the Ravens' entry into the playoffs. Depending on how next week's results shake out, that would also mean the Ravens hosting a playoff game either Saturday, January 5th or Sunday, January 6th. Tickets for the potential game will be available starting at 11 a.m. this morning at the team's website, ravens.com, or via Ticketmaster. Or you can actually try the old school way. Give them a call at 410-547-7328. And the New York Times gave the Ravens a 90% chance of hosting a wild card game with a win on Sunday over the Cleveland Browns. So it looks like some good news for Baltimore Ravens fans. And finally, as we wrap up, if you haven't made it out to Lights on the Bay out at Sandy Point Park, which benefits the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, get out there and do that. I got a chance to go out there Christmas night, and it was spectacular. They had many more displays. It was a crisp, clear night. It was just a perfect night for a drive through Sandy Point State Park. It will cost you $15 to get in. They do have what they call 3D glasses, but they're really not 3D. They just sort of make light effects. We had snowmen and reindeer, so as you looked at the lights, they created sort of ghosty snowmen. Really kind of very cool. $15 per carload will get you in. The glasses are a couple bucks extra. Well worth it. and it only runs through January 2nd. So make sure you get out there and give that a shot. That is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're recommending us to your friends and colleagues. We would appreciate that. And if you're someplace where you can give us a rating or a review, please do that. We would be much appreciative of that. You want to check out the link in the show notes and find out all the different ways that you can connect with Eye on Annapolis. But most importantly, you want to hang tight because we have George Young with your local DMV weather coming up in just a minute.
Imagine your child saying,
"Guess what I learned in school today?"
At St. Andrews, it happens every day. We asked Emma and Lawson why.
We grow winter greens in our garden to make smoothies. Second graders are the chicken checkers, and our 8th graders take care of our goats.
Our classes are the perfect size, which means we get to know each other well, and our teachers know us. They're great. Visit St. Andrews Day School's open house on Friday, January 18th from 9 to 11 a.m.
Or call 410-266-0952 for a tour.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here's your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, December 26th. Yesterday was a great day weather-wise for Christmas Day with sunny, calm conditions, and today and tomorrow will be much the same for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County with tons of sunshine, light winds, and high temps in the 45 to 50 degree range, while nighttime lows dip into the mid-20s to low 30s across the region. Then Friday is expected to bring more rain to the region as a powerful storm center moves through the upper Midwest to our northwest, with rainfall likely starting in the very early morning hours here on Friday and lasting throughout much of the day, with totals of 1 inch or more expected as temps jump up into the upper 50s or even lower 60s in spots around the region. And from there, Saturday could turn out to be nice with sunshine and 50s, while Sunday into next week could see a couple of storms move by to our southeast, bringing a little more rain or possibly even a few snowflakes to the region. So stay tuned for updates on that as we get closer to 2019. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to download our free weather app on all of your shiny new devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter or on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
There is a diamond of diamonds, and as you'd expect, it's from the De Beers Group, benefiting from over 130 years of diamond expertise. Only 14 diamond tears in the world are allowed to touch them. Its name? Forevermark. And only one jeweler between Annapolis and Washington has it, Zachary's. Not only is it a beautiful and rare diamond, it's a diamond with a story of responsible sourcing, supporting women and girls in diamond-producing areas around the world through education, healthcare, professional training, and other programs. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you're not just giving, you're giving back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.